What's up? It's Joby MMA here, and I'm here to break down the absolute Twitter tirade Magomed Ankaleave is, and a lot of the fallout from last week's fight, and kind of the future of the division, and some other bullshit. But we'll start with all the Ankaleave tweets, because oh my god, they have been enjoyable. Now, let me preface this with Magomed Ankaleave tweets. Dude, it's Ali Abdulaziz, sure. Almost all of them. There are some with such questionable English where I'm really hoping it's Ankaleave fucking with Jones. We'll get started with. We'll just point out the Abu Dhabi thing, right? He's earned it. He beat he beat Pereira fair and square. And he's earned the Abu Dhabi fight. And dude, he's pretty set on it. And I'm pretty sure Pereira stands a zero fucking chance. Go dance in Antarctica a week before the Abu Dhabi fight and see what happens again, right? Broken toe, little stomach problems, ear infection, whatever the fuck. Ankaleave's gonna win probably again. Well, now we'll move on to the S tier trolling. Khalil Bumtree upset I beat his daddy. Let's go Jamal, right? Now, this one I'm pretty sure is Ali Abdulaziz. Ankaleave's not going to call him Khalil Bumtree. Let's be fair. But this clip is so funny. Even without the Ankaleave clip, right? Just Khalil. Oh, God. What the fuck have I done? My only chance. It really was, right? And it's all gone. Dude, you're fucked. Dude, Mr. Crybaby's probably going to get KO'd by Jamal, too. But, dude, did Khalil deserve the trolling? No, but it was pretty funny. And what is he so hurt over? Is he drunk? Or does he know that's his only chance? Who knows? But then we'll start moving up because the trolling just continues to be amazing, right? BigAnk, he's standing by it, deservedly so, bro. That's your fan base, the BigAnk army. Let's go. And we're in the BigAnk era. And then just repost, random Gaethje edit, Undisputed. And then I think this is dropping some Yuri slander, which Yuri doesn't deserve it, but it is funny. Alex sent this guy to the hospital 2 times, make him sleep. He should not talk or do any interviews. Quiet, Alex is next or whatever do you want. I don't care. So, poor Yuri, getting shit on. That fight would be super enjoyable though. And Alex does deserve the immediate rematch. I am flipped to Tina though. I would completely enjoy something new. And just after some of the eras we've been through, immediate rematches, why, bro? It's just so much more fun when we got these random fights. And they could wait and fight. They could still get their immediate rematch just a tiny bit later down the line. But I get it. Prayers of the old. Let him get KO'd. And then throw Yuri in, right? But yeah, trolling Yuri. Everyone's getting behind it, right? Not as much as the Jones. The Jones is even better. Then some more stuff. Rewatching it, I was pressuring him. And this is true, bro. And we'll see later. We'll get to it. There's some straight cope from Pereira that is just completely false. And other people follow. Round 6 ready for. And he is. He would cook Pereira. They could go 100 more rounds. And it's nowhere near. Okay, and then the nice final trinity of fucking trolling John Jones. This is amazing. Johnny Steroid Machine was very disappointed I beat Alex. Please fight Big Tom at Tom Aspinall. Stop running. He's not saying Tom Aspinall stop running. And this is why I think this one's BigAnk. The English is all sorts of Dagestani fucked up. Ali would never type it this fucked up. I don't think so, at least. And now let's check some of the responses. Because true, we do need Mr. Johnny Steroid Machine to stop running and just fight the damn contender. Actually, I'll say this before I read the tweets too. I do want to touch on this. The post-fight press conference, what Dana said. Now, I never realized it until MMA Guru broke it down. That's horrifying. Dude, we were going to get John Jones versus Pereira, actually. And Like, we know, like, oh my god, John Jones is probably saying the stupidest shit. Dude, give me the Pereira fight. Dude, I'll fight him and then fight Aspinall after. She's gonna give me the payday first. It's never gonna work out if I fight Aspinall first. Dude, this gay little laugh. Oh my god. I'm so happy it didn't happen. In hindsight, being in the BigAnk era, we don't need Pereira versus Jones. No one wants that. That's no one's fight except Jones. And we'll see it in the next tweet too. But then we get these defenders. Don't talk that way about the greatest fighter to ever live. And I really did hope this was a satire, right? Or you could move up and fight him yourself. In what world is this a reality? He just won the belt. We aren't letting Pantoja move up, and we are throwing him, what is he in the pound for pound rank, 6 or 7? Some complete bullshit. We're throwing him to the side, and you can move up and fight him yourself. Dude, go watch another sport. What the fuck are you talking about? But, dude, other than these little fanboys, little painted toenail fanboys, I paint them because I'm different, right? We got a lot of support, and it is so refreshing to see this train up behind Big Tom and BigAnk. The unstoppable force they got. Oh my god. True, new favorite duo, right? Dude, BigAnk light heavyweight goat. Tom heavyweight goat. True? Not at all. But, okay, and it never going to be fair. Maybe in Tom Aspinall's case, that is very doable with how amazing he's looked. But John Jones don't touch him. Let's be fair. Not that I like him, and I would troll him to the day's end, but it's untouchable. Now we'll go to the next tweet, because there's more I have to complain about. BigAnk, Big Tom, handshake. On GOAT, might have to get this as a chess piece. Big Tom, BigAnk on the 2 big pecs, and then handshake in between. It is just such a satisfying tweet to look at. And now we'll read an old John Jones tweet that has aged so poorly in so many different aspects. We'll break it down. You actually think me fighting Tom would be more massive than Alex and I colliding? Tom only matters in the UK. Newsflash, Pereira is one of the most polarizing figures this sport has seen. Stop! No. See, now in May of 2024, almost a year ago now, sure, go ahead and say that. Look at where we are now, buddy. Pereira, a big old stinking lost Ankaleave, right? So we can't argue that either. And now let's look at the other side of that. Is Aspinall only big in the UK? Clearly not anymore. Have you seen his Instagram? Dude, that went from nothing to when this whole shit was going down. And John Jones might just be selling this fight, right, to blow him up. But, dude, he is over 1 million. Like, I'm confident he's over 1 million, right? It's like, he was over 1 million a couple months ago. I don't know what he's at now. It's probably leveled out, but, dude, that's good. For a guy who's not even champ, he is, and he's a defending champ, but on paper, on Anthony Smith paper, you look down and he's just IC. He's not C, just IC. And then we also look, we can move past Instagram too. Have you seen his TikTok of recent? Even though he's only around 500, 600,000 followers, and I'm saying only, that's really well from someone who didn't have shit. The engagement on his posts have been they've been performing so well, and he's moved on from saying, oh, I don't think John's scared. He's just doing the right thing, right, making the right moves. Look where he's at. He has it. Now he's saying Jones is scared. He's doubling down. And, dude, it's doing well. These impressions are, dude, the longer John Jones just doesn't retire, the worse and worse this shit is looking. But let's move on. Tom's a contender who won a belt against another contender. Okay? You are typing out won a belt. You can't. Gears aren't moving in your head. right? And defended the belt, right? Maybe not at this time though, but still won a belt. We had to save Madison Square Garden's main event. Wonder why? I'm thinking dollar signs, legacy, big picture here, not what the UK fans are dying to see, right? And if he ended it on that, sure, go ahead, right? The next line. Oh my god, I just can't stand to read it, dude. Literally just went through this with the French fans. Tom Aspinall and Surreal Gone are so uncomparable. It's insane. At every single point you look at them, right? It's like Surreal Gone is the duck of ducks. At least he's making money on his Paw Patrol voice acting, right? Bongami. But dude, it's so uncomparable. Surreal Gone. He had the interim belt right against Derek Lewis. Dude, Sergey Pavlovich shit on Derek Lewis. It's nowhere close to the win. Sure, it's an interim belt win. What's the quality of that, right? And it's not even defending it on top of that. And beating guys like Volkov, which Surreal Gone, I guess, did. On paper, again. There's so many fucking times I could say on paper in this video. And it's going to reappear later. But, dude, he did not actually beat Volkov. Right? But I'm meandering on about too much random shit. Dude, it's so uncomparable. And moving on further, the longer and longer we wait, the more shit this just ages. So we're seemingly lodging this shit further into, dude, you can't run anymore. We got a nice little Tom Aspinall fight. But yeah, that's what I got to cover for the tweets. Now we're going to talk about more of Magomed Ankalaeve's career. Going to do a little run up on his career. Little fun fact, lost his first 3 fights. I'm not checking who those guys are now, but that's just kind of funny. But then it goes on this insane win streak against, beat Maxim Grishin on the regional scene. Not too bad, but the rest are kind of nobodies. But then loses to Paul Craig, which, truly, what the fuck? I mean, it's such a fluke, right? He was beating Paul Craig's ass, but he tapped with a second left, so I can't even say shit. Like, are you kidding me? You truly did this to yourself, and it does hurt me, cause what, dude? Maybe we're seeing a world where he's beating Jones' record if he doesn't have to sit through all this shit now, right? If he doesn't lose to Paul Craig, gets that belt earlier. I am stretching it, and I am making shit up in my head, but still, that Paul Craig that is the GSP Matt Serra bullshit. It's a complete fluke. Let's a rematch. Let's see what happens now, right? But everyone knows what will happen now. Then beats Praknow, Abreu, of course, my goat. Who the fuck's that guy? Beats Dolce-Langimbula, Kuchilaba, which is another unnecessary setback series, which was, I mean, it didn't last as long as I thought it did. Fuck. But still, it just shouldn't have gone on, right? We knew he was better, and it's easy to say that in hindsight, but come on, we did know he was better. Then beats his ass clearly this time. Then beats Nikita Krylov, which aged really well. That's a really good win. Not, whoa, blow your socks off. I can't stand it. He beat DC 4 times. But it is still a solid win. Same with Vulcan. And a lot of these are solid wins. Solid win, right? We got Vulcan. We got Thiago Santos. Which we're going to have an on-paper moment before we even reach Anthony Smith. And this is what I mean by so many on-paper moments. This is post-John Jones, this is post-John Jones, Thiago Santos. And it's hard to see that as too amazing of a win. Right? Because it's like, dude, he was on Crip Street. He was on Wobble Around the Block, Need Assistance Walking Street. How good of a win is that? Right? And then we go to Anthony Smith. Dude, somehow was able to walk less than Thiago Santos. I didn't even think of that. Ankaleave is literally just fighting crippled up people. So these wins on paper are decent, pretty good. But kind of throwaways, right? Then has the Yan fight. Did the Anthony Smith fight got him in the Yan fight? Imagine if Anthony Smith fluked it and got to fight for the title. Again. Dude. I want to kill myself. I have to say again for Anthony Smith. But then we have the Blachowicz draw, which I don't have a problem with it being a draw. Sure, I'm Ankaleave, BigAnk time, but to me that kind of was a draw. 10-8 him in the later rounds and didn't look, kind of got buckled around with his big old buckle hat, right? Then fights Johnny Walker, sends himself back again, fucks himself over again for no reason. Sorry. Kind of trolled myself, but and then Johnny Walker Series clearly beats him because no shit he's gonna beat him. Duh. Then fights Rakic. Now this win is outstanding. It's a really good win. Beat him on points too, which is like you're gonna make it as hard as possible to beat Rakic. Do it striking on points too. And then the Pereira win, which is phenomenal. So where do we have to go from here to really break ourselves into that number 2 spot in light heavyweight and break yourself into that top 15 pound for pound, right? And shit lined up for him to do it without much scathing, right? So we're let's just say we're gonna guarantee that for a rematch. He's probably gonna win. That's gonna be in Abu Dhabi. It's not any easier. And Ankaleave is just such a safe fighter. You can't. Oh, I'm gonna submit him. You're not Paul Craig, buddy. Oh, I'm gonna knock him out. Alex Pereira couldn't do that shit. And compromise Pereira. Who cares, right? We're probably gonna see another semi-safe Ankaleave. Even though he is pressuring guys, he is a very defensively orientated fighter who knows his way around, right? So we're gonna look at these rankings, right? So, oh fuck, was I blocking half his career? Oh, whatever. But I'm gonna look at the rankings. If you're gonna get another number 1, or I guess he beat the champ and now he's gonna get a number 1 win. Then it's gonna be the Yuri fight. He's probably gonna be ranked 1 at the time. Alex Pereira's gonna jump down. Then after that, we're gonna get Carlos Ulberg versus Yan, and the winner of that, and hopefully Carlos Ulberg for the sake of new blood. Would I like to see Yan flatline him for absolutely no reason? Of course. Who the fuck is Carlos Ulberg to a Jan Blachowicz? But just for the sake of new blood and beating that new era of fighters, that looks so good to be able to beat that first era, move on and start challenging the second era and still do it. To be thrown up with those other names that have done it, right? Thrown up with the John Jones. You need to be doing that shit, right? And so we look at those 3 important wins. Three title fights. Dude, he's easy past Pereira if he gets those 3 title fights, right? Because he doesn't have those defining losses where it's like Pereira's career, now looking back on it, there was a crush supporting it up. Let's be fair. Dude, he was fighting striker, and he fought Jan, who wrestled him. But dude, look at Jan Blachowicz UFC 2 grappling stats. They're not good. They're not anywhere close to Magomed Ankalaeve. Okay, let's be fair. He's decent decent wrestling, decent jiu-jitsu. It's not on the level of some of these top level guys, right? So he does this. He breaks in probably to the pound for pound top 15 too. Sorry, not current pound for pound. I'm talking about pound for pound all time top 15. He gets those 3 wins and then 1 more after that. It depends, because maybe not, because it's gonna be like a Jamal Hill, Khalil Roundtree winner type thing. So maybe that and then another one, and then we're talking crazy legacy on that. We're talking undeniable type shit. We're talking about BigAnk era, dude. Right? So we get that going. That shit's insane. But now, we talk about the guts, the glory, the amazing Magomed Ankalaeve. And I've heard some little whispers. Some little complaints. A little bitch boy baby. Can't handle his loss. And I have so much to say about it. Because someone in my chat yesterday was explaining thoughts on the Cope, and he had a Magomed Ankalaeve picture, because of course, shout out to the BigAnk era. But dude, it's straight Cope Street. There's so much to cope about in this, and I'll have Weasel read it out, and I'll pause and break down Part by part, what he's saying.
Fight. Even Alex Pereira himself. This is exactly what he said. Quote, I knew it would be a war. Every fight of mine is a war. He put some pressure in the second round. I felt some of his strikes, but putting me up against the cage, he didn't really do anything.
Two moving parts there. I would love to say there's some benefit. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on some translations issues, calling it a war. But then he says every fight of mine is a war. And not every fight of his is close. We're not putting that war to mean close. So he was really calling this a war. I don't know what fight you were watching. I wouldn't put that in a war. Someone comes up to me on the street and goes, dude, I'm just getting into the UFC. Any wars you suggest? Dude. Poirier versus Hooker. Dude. Magomed Ankaleave versus Alex Pereira. Gotta watch it. Dude. That person would never watch the sport again. We are not calling this a war. But it could be a translation thing. Let's be fair. The rest of the shit he says, you cannot hide behind translation, right? But putting me against the cage, he didn't really do anything. Well, he did enough to beat you, didn't he? Didn't do anything. If he didn't do anything and beat you, what the fuck were you doing? Truly. So, there's two separate ways you could view putting him against the fence. The fourth round, which is probably what he's referring to. And it's like, yeah, that shit was a little bitch made. But can we even say that, dude? If Joshua Van, it's 2-2 going into the fifth in a Joshua Van fight. He's fighting Pantoja, let's say, right? Stakes are on the line, and he holds Pantoja against the fence. Dude, I am going to do a backflip, freak out, and switch. Let's go, Joshua Van, right? I'd be so fucking hyped. But Ankaleave does it. Boo. We can't get away with this. Dude, when it's close and you need to do some crafty shit to really lock in a fight, I don't have a problem as long as you're not doing every round. And he wasn't. Every other round, you were on the fence. Maybe don't run towards it, dude. I got ran over by a car. Maybe don't lay under the tires, dude. Like, you were just running. Little pitter-pat, freaking crisscross applesauce, pat your legs, kind of leg kicks. They weren't doing too much. Wasn't much damage. It was just you running to the fence and doing it. Putting yourself in bad position. Sorry, not you putting yourself in bad. Let me give credit where credit's due. Magomed Ankaleave was running you down. You were scared. You were scared, cowered up against the fence, running, and had nowhere else to go. True, of course your back's going to be up against the fence. No more room to run, buddy. Nowhere left to hide, right? And I'm not saying this as someone who hates Pereira. I was so behind Pereira to win this fight. I was like round 2 knockout. I didn't think he was gonna do it, but I was praying for it. I couldn't imagine the state Ankaleave would leave this division. And now in hindsight, he's done amazing. Dude, he's hyping this shit up. I'm so excited for that heavyweight. But I was so rooting for Pereira to win this. And he does this shit. How can I even stand behind him? He is killing, of course, not the casual fan base, but as a hardcore fan. Are you proud to defend this? Let's continue though.
We followed our strategy. We know that he puts people against the fence and he plays that game.
Dude, what was your strategy? Your strategy was to let him do it? Hey, here's a little thought experiment. Fence is behind me, right? What's gonna get me further away from the fence? Walking away from it or walking towards it? Dude, there's no way you can say that shit. You need to put pressure back in. Of course it's easier said than done. But, and of course also, you couldn't afford you didn't think you could afford to do it with Magomed Ankaleave's grappling prowess. Finally got through that sentence, right? Because if Pereira's walking forward, Ankaleave probably with the momentum shoots a double leg and it's harder to defend, right? We've seen it in the Jan fight with when he's matching a guy who will shoot a takedown, how kind of easy it looks. So there's zero confidence in being able to stuff these takedowns. So you're going to end up running. But you can't put the blame on the other guy if he's pressuring you down and outboxing you. let's move on.
Giving him the win with a game plan like that kind of incentivizes people to do that against
I'm gonna freak out. I'll let you finish though, Weasel.
people. People might say it's a boring style, but when a guy gets a win doing that, it kind of makes people want to do that too. I heard him against the fence. The only difference is Owl's the one against the fence.
So, well, we'll start off with the end part of that, because I feel like a little less to say about it. I heard him against the fence. That's just for the sake of the fans, Pereira, can we say what you hurt him with? You landed 4 significant strikes to the head, was it? Dude, it's not going to be hard to find what shot you're talking about that hurt him. The head kick visually looked pretty good, sure. Is that what we're talking about? Are we talking about that one stinging jab? Stinging jab that made Pereira go. Made Ankaleave go. Dude, Ankaleave was probably just shocked you threw a punch. Just as I said that my 313 breakdown. He wasn't hurt. He was like, oh my god. Finally, a little adversity thrown back my direction. This fight was getting too easy. Okay, I can't say too easy in a close fight, but still, you get what I'm saying. Now let's break down the first part of what he's saying. Giving him the win with a game plan like that incentivizes people to bet against people, Pereira said. People might say it's a boring style. When a guy gets a win doing it, it kind of makes people want to do that. And I feel like he's saying this because we've seen that narrative for other people who've done that, right? Like Mario Batista's and some other names are slipping my mind. Like some older Morale performances, right? Maybe the Aldo one too. Poor Aldo. Learn how to move against the fence. Same goes with you, Pereira. But, dude, sure, those ones incentivize it because every second we were getting a Golden Freddy fucking jump scare. Let me give you a hug. Let me push you against the fence. That was not this. Sure, there was a moment in the 4th round where it was getting hard to watch, dude. There was just jump scare after jump scare. But every other round, incentivizing what? Incentivizing for you to get outboxed? Yeah, sorry, they're incentivizing you to get outboxed and you to lose. Yeah, they're gonna incentivize me to lose the fight. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You got outstruck in significant portions of this fight. Round 2. Dude, he's incentivizing people to strike with you. That's what you based almost your entire MMA career off of. Be happy. He could have made that fight so much worse in hindsight. He could have spammed that round 4 shit on you. And then just, short right hook, double leg, and just barely edged by. But won each round, probably some bullshit, right? This is not what you're comparing it to. Do not even hold yourself to anywhere near the standards people are holding to those other fights that I've been talking about, right? It's completely unfair. It's a gross comparison to even make, right? And dude, it's just Cope Street. And when they do this rematch, I'm sure we're going to get a shit ton more of it. I'm sure there's an injury waiting to be released. It's going to be just like that Adesanya documentary series we got. Dude, before that Cannoneer fight, my leg was destroyed. It's probably going to dude, ear infection, finger infection, 2 broken pinky toes. Some absolute bullshit. And these casual little slop eaters are just going to eat it up. Eat it up. But it is just getting hard to watch. As a fan who really enjoys and indulges himself in the sport, dude, just say, he outstruck me. Just bite the bullet. But yeah, that's been my take on the entire fallout of all the Ankaleave and Pereira shit since UFC 313. Thank you for watching. Peace out.